fall is upon us, and what better opportunity to make a minimalist fall wardrobe essentials video. I don't think there is one, so that is what we're going to do. I am a fall and winter child. These are my favorite seasons, and they are also my favorite seasons to dress for. I feel like largely when it comes to these seasons, I have what I like down pretty good. Whenever I make an outfit, they are almost exclusively made up of some sort of formula which is created by the essentials that I have in my wardrobe, and then I just mix and match between them. So I'm going to tell you what they are, why they're there, and what I'm looking for in items like that. The first thing that is essential to my fall wardrobe is long-sleeved fitted t-shirts and turtlenecks. A semi-thin, stretchy, fitted, long-sleeved t-shirt slash top is probably one of the most essential things to my wardrobe. It is usually the base layer of my outfit. In general, I don't think that things that are too loose on the top half does super great things for my body. It's just not how I like to dress. So I usually like to wear something fitted on top. It is super essential, especially since this is usually the thing that will be closest to my body, that these come in fabrics that are durable and, more importantly, of natural fibers, so that they are breathable. Because once you start layering on your clothes, if you're wearing something of polyester and plastic, it's really hard to breathe through the clothes, and you'll end up being cold and hot in like the worst ways throughout your day. So these I tend to own in cotton, or my favorite, which is viscose. The next thing that is essential to my fall wardrobe is fitted sweaters. This kind of builds on the last point. I don't like chunky sweaters. I don't like the look of them, and I also don't really like the feel of them, to be totally honest. I feel much more comfortable when something is hugging my body, and most of my sweaters are also sort of thin layered, or at the very least they're not chunky, and then they will be either in 100% cashmere or 100% wool. When I wear a fitted sweater that is 100% cashmere, I will usually not wear anything underneath it, actually, and that is because cashmere is both super breathable, but it's also extremely warm. It's actually 9 times warmer than wool, or it keeps its warmth 9 times better than wool does. So in my personal experience, you are much better off comfortability and warm wise in a thinner cashmere sweater than you are in a chunky knit that is made from like whatever, if it's made from like an acrylic mix or something like that, or a cotton mix even. I also think that a fitted sweater is a more dressed up and slightly more polished look just in and of itself. That doesn't mean that a larger sweater cannot be polished. I just think that when these things are standing on their own, the fitted version is slightly more sleek or preppy, and that is definitely overall like my style. So this is an essential I also wear all winter and fall, and for fall, especially when it's not extremely cold yet, I also like to drape them over my shoulder as like an added accessory to my look, which I always think looks so chic as well. The next thing that is essential to my fall wardrobe is button-ups. This is probably the only top I can wear that I'm okay with being slightly less fitted or slightly more drapey. Like, I do have a satin button-up that is less fitted that I'm really into, but that's also because then I will put it in like my jeans or my skirt, and then it will still give like a pretty decent cinch in at the waist. One of my favorite cuts on top is the V-neck. It always looks nice, sleek, and sort of done up. Next thing up is slightly more intricate tops. While most of my essentials are basics, which I think is true for many of us, another essential to my wardrobe is just slightly more interesting and intricate tops. I've owned so many of these historically. Right now, I don't have a lot of these things in my wardrobe. I have 2 that is like up and out as part of my wardrobe. Both are from Reformation, but it's really important to my wardrobe to sometimes be able to switch it up with something that is still like goes into my look, but that is slightly more interesting than just what anyone could pick off the rack, or something that just appears a little bit more creatively made to me. You might look at my version of these tops and think, wow, that is still pretty basic, but to me these are slightly more interesting pieces that I will usually wear, for example, going for like a drinks, and then I'll wear like a blazer on top or something like that. Next up are jeans. Here I'm specifically talking about straight legged high-waisted jeans. I've also had a pair of bootcut that I was really into. Jeans are so versatile. You can still sort of dress up a jeans and you can also dress them down. I personally consider jeans quite comfortable and I think that they flatter my look. I just really enjoy the look of jeans. Another thing is that blue is my favorite color, and while I will say I do consider blue jeans like almost a neutral, almost no matter what other colors you are wearing, I still think that the fact that they are blue also sort of like speaks to my subconscious mind, and every single color I have in my wardrobe as part of my color scheme, they all go with this like denim blue. Jeans are probably my most worn bottom piece. The next thing essential to my fall wardrobe are dress pants. I only have one pair right now and they are quite new and they are black, but this is also an essential to my wardrobe. They are also slightly more comfortable than jeans, I'm not going to lie, and since they are black, they sort of stand instead of black jeans for me, and then whenever I wear them they are slightly more on the preppier and dressed up side of things. The next essential thing to my wardrobe are A-lined skirts. The length has to be from like a long mini to like a short midi, anywhere in between there, and then either in like a slightly stiff or like a slightly drapey fabric works really well for me as well. I am a huge dress and skirt person, but in general I feel like it's more of a hassle for me to wear a dress in the winter and fall. I'm much more comfortable in a skirt. The next essential coming right up is blazers. A blazer is also one of my absolute favorite looks. It's one of my favorite essentials. Right now I only have one in my wardrobe that I absolutely love, but boy do I love it, and I wear it all the time. In fall, before it's too cold, I will be wearing it as a jacket, and the colder it gets, the more layers I will put underneath, until of course that's no longer a viable option, at which point I will start wearing my coat. But I absolutely love the blazer as a jacket look. I will often drape a sweater over it because I think it looks really appropriate with a blazer, and it just looks so great. I am really picky with my blazers, and honestly finding the perfect blazer can be really hard. So I do have a video coming up about that, so stay tuned for a little bit of help on how to pick your perfect blazer. As an extension of the blazer, the next essential I have is cashmere cardigans and my under jacket from Uniqlo. I have two of these fitted cashmere cardigans, and to be honest, I almost never wear them as part of my look. I more so wear them as an extra layer. As mentioned earlier, cashmere is just extremely warm, and it's extremely warm even for very thin layers. So having these slightly thinner, more fitted cashmere cardigans means that I can wear whatever outfit I want for much longer of the year without getting cold, because if I'm wearing an outfit but I know that like we're nearing a time where this outfit is just not warm enough, instead of putting on like a huge knitted sweater, I will just add an extra layer in form of this like cashmere cardigan. And on top of that, so I will use these two layers, I will wear my Uniqlo like under jacket. I preached about this all last season, but it is just like such a lifesaver. It takes up no space, so I really often have it with me in my bag just to like throw on as an extra layer if I get too cold. It's also another like buffer where I can wear whatever outfit I want-ish, and then just like bring this undercoat with me or this under jacket with me, and I'll just stay warm regardless. I believe it's like 50 bucks, and I've had mine 3 years. It shows absolutely no sign of wear, and yeah, this is just like the essential to my life. I can really recommend getting something like that, and of course I'll be linking to the exact one I have down in the description. Now we have these layers down, we're going to build on top of those, and the next essential for that is my trench coat. A trench coat is just such a huge essential to my wardrobe. It just pairs really well with nearly everything in my wardrobe. I think these longer coats definitely suit my overall body type more, and it just looks really appropriate for a girl of my height. I'm super pleased with mine. The next essential for my fall and winter wardrobe is my wool coat. The perfect essential coat for me is one of those like shells of a coat that doesn't really come with a lining, and it is just a really warm piece of fabric structured as a very simple and minimalistic coat, and this is exactly what my coat is. This is a silhouette that I feel extremely at home in. It's also very Scandinavian and simplistic looking, which is definitely a huge part of my style. When I'm proper layered under it, I really don't get cold. I will say that this coat is also extremely well made. The fabric is really thickly woven. It's almost like felt, but this one that I have is made from 70% merino wool and then 30% cashmere. So again, it is just really warm. It is super essential to my wardrobe. The next essential in my wardrobe is also my most essential shoe, and if I could wear this, just only this, all cold season, I probably would. And it is a pointy-toed boot with a slight heel. Right now I have two pairs. One of them I wear religiously. If I could just wear something like this every day, I would. Unfortunately, the problem is that I walk so much each day. I walk approximately 15 to 20,000 steps a day. My favorite boots give in or start hurting or becoming uncomfortable after like 8 to 10,000 steps-ish, which is hard. So I'm on the lookout for boots like these that I can literally wear all day without getting uncomfortable, but it's something that's hard to find because it seems a little bit like a gamble, because you won't know for sure until you've walked in them a lot, and by then it's too late to return them. So adding new boots is a process that I'm taking a lot of time to do. My next essential to this wardrobe are my boots. Here I'm talking about like rain appropriate and winter appropriate boots that I can also walk much further in and will keep me really warm. These are essential out of practicalities, and here I just try to find like the nicest, or in my opinion, best looking thing, but it's not what I would wear in my perfect world. I live here where it gets really cold, so they are just essential to me anyway. I have a pair of the classic Timberlands, and while I only start wearing these when it gets like at its coldest, these are probably some of the best made pair of shoes I've ever had. So if you're looking for a winter boot, definitely recommend those. The next essential to my fall/winter wardrobe are white sneakers. I'm really just not a sneaker head. They are essential to my wardrobe right now only because they are more comfortable than boots of either category. So I will wear them sometimes to feel more comfortable, but honestly, almost never for the casual look of it. I would rather just wear my boots. So these are the things that are essential to my fall wardrobe. Actually, these are the exact same essentials for my winter wardrobe, but anyway. You might have noticed that there are a few typical essentials that I left out, like for example, t-shirts, and that is just one example of how essentials to some might not be essential to others. If you like this video, please don't hesitate giving it a thumbs up so that I know. It really does help out my channel. And if you're here for the first time and not already subscribed, then do that, because I make videos like this one all the time and I would love to keep you around. Thanks for watching and farewell!